Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today, I bring to you a brand new build. And I know, new season start, you're trying to figure out exactly what to use, what to go on, what exotics to use, what class to use, what loadouts. Well, I have one for you. Alright? So without further ado, let's get into it. Welcome to the Flashbang Titan build. Alright. So as the name implies, is basically we're going to be blinding enemies. They're always constantly going to be blind as we're running through them, and as we're killing them, we're going to always be blinding ads around that target that we just killed. So, if you're doing like Grand Masters and things like that, so majority of the time it's going to be Overload or Unstopped. Chill Clip is basically what we're going to be using for our primary weapon. Is Riptide, auto loading in Chill Clip with enhanced battery. You can use Accelerate Coil. I just like the fact that I got bonus ammo. So this is basically the roll right here for the Riptide you want. For our weapon, we're using the brand new one, the new auto rifle called the Sentry Fuse. Basically, while sprinting, sliding, and firing this weapon, basically it builds up a electrostatic charge, increases range, reload speed. Final blows with this weapon basically causes a high charge explosion that causes a blinding effect on targets near it. So basically, when it detonates, you'll see it. Enemies will be just blind. They be ducking, holding their head, walking away slowly. It comes in handy very well, this auto rifle. And I'm actually glad they made this auto because for the longest time, the blind effect had no what's the thing for it? Had no use. So for our heavy, we're using the blowout rocket. So we're using hard launch, impact casing, demolitionist, and explosive light, which we will be generating a lot of orbs for ourselves and our allies. And make sure you put a boss spec on that, so that way when you hit a boss, you can do a little bit more damage. The same thing with Riptide. Alright, now we're getting into the subclass. So, you can run this with Thunder Crash or Fist of Havoc. I just use Thunder Crash because I can clear like a cluster of ads together, maybe a champion, or hit a boss with it. It's not going to give you the maximum as it would if you was wearing exotic chest piece, the one that allows you to do extra damage, but it does enough damage that way it can add up. So for our movement, we're using Strafe Lift because I do like slight Titan skate across the hover across the ground. It makes me get to one place to another really quickly if I need to. We're running Shoulder Charge. Basically, where we shoulder charge, it leaves a blinding effect, and when we amplified, it basically increases the blind radius. So that way we have more targets blind. We're going to be running in. We're going to be guns blazing, running in. This is all running in and being tactical. How the way you attack the enemy. So we're using flashbang grenades. And this is really good because this can stop unstopped champions. The moment you throw it and it hits the unstop and it blows off, the unstop is basically blinded and it's stopped for a moment. Our aspects, we're using Touch of Thunder and Knockout. Basically, Touch of Thunder, basically with Flashbang, when we throw it, it's going to emit a blinding flash on bounce. And then it detonates. So that way, when I throw it, it hits the ground, anything in the area of it is blind, and then it goes off a second for additional blinding when it actually detonates. Which is really good. Knockout, basically, when you're critically wounded, when you punch an enemy, when the target is critically wounded or you break the shield, and when you go to melee, it increases your melee range and damage for a short period of time, and while you're amplified, you're going to punch a target and it's going to start healing you when you kill them. For our fragments, we're using Spark of Amplitude, Spark of Recharge, Spark of Shock, and Spark of Brilliance. So you're going to want to put Spark of Brilliance on this because when you basically hit a precision headshot, or precision shot, well I said precision headshot, precision shot, it's going to create a blinding explosion, and that explosion is going to keep the ads exactly where you want them to be at all times while you're fighting. And basically, Spark of Shock, when we throw out our flashbang, it's going to jolt targets. So when you're in the harder and more tankier activities, it's going to be jolting targets and blinding them on top of it. So that way you can constantly do damage and keep them in control where you want them to be. Spark of Recharge, basically when you're critically wounded, your melee, your grenade energy replenish much quicker. And this one, Spark of Amplitude, defeating targets while you amplify creates orb of power. So all we're going to be doing is creating orbs of power for our allies and ourselves. So these are basically the mods that I'm using right here. Harmonic Siphon. We're using Heavy Scout for ourselves and for our allies. So when we see Heavy on the ground, it makes it easier for our allies to get it too. We're using Heavy Handed. Power Melee Final Blows basically gives us orbs of power. The same thing with Firepower. It does the same exact thing, but with our grenades. Grenade Final Blows creates an orb of power. We have Arc Dexterity, so we can put our weapon away, pull it out fast enough so that we keep running and going. Where we're using Charger, this basically increases our armor charge. We're using Concussive Dampener, and then we're using Harmonic Resistance. For our legs, we're using Orbs of Restoration, Better Already, and Absolution. So you basically should know what these do. One is when you pick up an Aura of Power, it starts health regeneration. Orbs of Restoration, when you pick up an Aura of Power, it gives you small energy to the whatever ability that has the least amount of energy in it, so that way you can get your ability back really quickly. And then for our class item, oh, I didn't read Absolution. Absolution basically does the same exact thing. It does it for all of your abilities. So basically, we're double stacking with getting our abilities back quicker by picking up Orbs of Power. We're running Outreach, basically reduce melee cooldown each time we use our class ability. Sorry about that. Whew. Can't stop yawning. We're using Distribution. Basically, it reduces your cooldown of your class ability when you're near targets, when you use it near targets. And then we're using Outreach. Basically, it's the same thing as this other mod right here. We could swap it to Bomber, which wouldn't be bad. Put 1 or 2 bombers here. Actually, yeah, I'm going to swap it to Bomber real quick, because Bomber is a little bit better. This allows us to do a lot more with Bomber. And that's basically it. And if you're confused by the armor that you see, double stats increase. This is Artifice armor, and you only can get this from doing doing dungeons on Master. So if you do dungeons on Master, the armor should drop. You just got to get lucky with your rolls. That's all. All right, let's go take ourselves in a strike real quick here. We're gonna jump straight into a Nightfall. So I know you're gonna see this level is low, but it doesn't matter what level it's gonna be, because last season Bungie buffed up our weapons, all our primary weapons in PvE, so we can do more damage to enemies. And as long as you keep using your abilities right, and you chain them and you time them right, you're going to keep helping your allies a lot, which I'm going to show you. So if you don't want to use Blowout, there's other guns that you can use. You can use, like, let's say you don't want to use Centrifuge. You can use, like, what's the SMG? I'll tell you the name of the SMG. I'm going to go right here real fast. Show you the SMG. Because this SMG can pair perfectly with it. You just won't be getting the exotic perk from it, from the auto. So, Out of Bounds. If you get one with Demolitionist and what's the darn Golden Tricorn, you basically can use that as well. That would work as well, because you can get Demolitionist, you get kills, you get your grenades back. Gold Tricorn, you get a kill with the weapon, you melee, or you throw a grenade and get a kill. It double stacks it, so that way you can get more damage from your grenades. Oh wow, that guy's name is Gauls Deep. So we're going to go over here real quick. As you can see, this knight is now blind. Just going to get him out of here. And what you want to do with this auto is always move. And this one thing I actually forgot to mention. Our exotic chest piece. So we're running Axiom War Rig. So what this does is basically your auto rifles and your machine guns constantly reload. So you're constantly reloading without you having to reload. The weapon constantly reloads as you keep moving. So as you keep moving, your gun's going to keep reloading. Your gun's going to keep reloading from you moving. Then it's going to also keep reloading from you, from your exotic. Where's this champ at? Don't do it that Guardian Day, guys. Make sure you bring something to stun champs. You always want to at least bring something to stun champs. And the one thing I like about Chill Clip is the fact that I don't have to worry about putting on overload mods or using something that I don't want to use or uncomfortable with. I can just use the fusion rifle, and soon the fusion rifle hits, it's basically over. So we're going to go up ahead real quick. Get some of these guys out of here. There's a bunch of 12 back that way. We're gonna get this champ real quick here. As you can see, we're constantly having our abilities too. Let's get this guy here. There you go. Hey, you don't have to worry about reloading. I'm just reloading it for right now. But actuality, you shouldn't have to reload by hand at all. Let's get rid of this guy. And as you see, the wizard just stopped shooting me. Let it reload. Start moving a little bit here so we can get amplified again. Look at this. These ads are stuck here. Let's move out of the way. Get that? Look at this. They're stuck in one spot. I wouldn't recommend to keep reloading. I'm just doing it so that way I can get the gun back fully loaded. Because I was stuck in that spot right there. Throw that. Where's the champion? We're going to stun him. There we go. So the whole point of this is basically letting the auto rifle go off, build up the overcharged capacitor, and basically from the overcharged capacitor, you basically can just keep blinding stuff, and you can keep everything locked the way you want it. Let's get these guys here. Where's this guy go? Get that guy out of here. Jump down. Let's rebuild back up this overload charge here. Or overcharge here. And if you notice something, right, with this gun, it keeps giving me back my amplified. So like I can amplify myself multiple times with this thing and keep myself there. Which is really good. This is basically the new exotic auto, and this new exotic is really, really, really good. Look at these guys stuck in one spot. I'm going to do the same thing here. And it's like a mini flash bomb going off here. Let's get down here. Clear these wizards out of the way. Throw this here. Blinded myself, but I also blinded them. That's what truly matters here. Let's build back up this charge. Get that going off. And as you can see, look at these guys. They're just holding their head because they can't see. Let's let this reload itself. Get rid of all those little guys. And basically, all you want to do is continue locking down the ads with your abilities. Because your abilities, right along with this auto, is going to keep them locked down. This is like basically like running a Zala Supercell from D1, but better. Because it chain off of your build. And it works so well off the blinding effect. It's not even funny. Wonder if they got the Overload champ over here. Yes, they do. Make sure you always run a mod. Always run an Overload or whatever the champion mods are. You always want to at least have something that works for it. And not a lot of people realize, I was in a fire team with other people before, and they didn't realize that Chill Clip has Has unstop and has overload. They didn't even realize it. And I was telling them that. They was like, wait, no, it don't. And then when they saw me stun the champ, they was like, wait, it does? I missed that guy so bad. And it looks like one of our randoms is actually using the auto right behind me here, this warlock. I'm gonna throw this here. Try to get this guy to put up his thing. Alright, now we gotta build up our overcharge again. Let's get this guy out of here. And the cool thing about it is because the Titan has so many things fashioned towards autos and like consistency of being a tank wise, that you can just use this chest piece. This chest piece is like really, really good. This thing is like the underdog because like other than using it for sweet business, this thing is like really, really good and not a lot of people uses it. Than other meming and PvP. Get rid of this guy real quick. Let's move. We have a small guy on us here. Throw that. And I should kill one of them. Oh, I didn't even see you still up. There we go. That way amplified. And as you can see, as long as I keep killing stuff and getting them, I keep getting my amplify. Look at this. This guy is stuck right here. Let this Alright, let's rebuild up our charge. The moment this charge is rebuilt, we're basically good to go again. Our charge is rebuilt. And make sure you try to go for them headshots, because them headshots is going to give you that blinding effect. We're going to take out one of these tank's legs here, or get both of them. Pop that, so that way we can keep our health here. Let's move. So I don't have special currently right now. Let's see if there's any special on this side. Alright, so that guy got that. And neither one of them have any mods or anything like that towards these unstops. Oh, one of them swapped. Finish this fella. There we go. I forgot my grenades to jolt for a second there. Then we're going to do this. Pick up that orb. I'm not even going to worry about the unstopped champ for right now. Pick up these orbs here. Then we're going to throw this down here. I'll leave the champ up to them. Oh, there's one guy back there. Get rid of this fella. There we go. I got special again. Finish this guy. And as you can see, like, long as you keep consistency with your abilities and this auto is really good, and I can't wait to finish getting the catalyst for it, which is a long, tedious little process to get it. And just don't forget to always go for them headshots. Them headshots is going to be the thing that help you out, keep getting these flashes off. These flashes are the things that's going to keep you running through a lot of these ads. Alright, we're going to throw that down there. Do this so that I can get rid of this guy. Not only that though, this auto rifle also does flashes off of anything. As long as you get the overcharge up, you get that overcharge going, it's basically good to go. And I'm wondering, with the catalyst done, I hope it gives it more ammo. That's the one thing I hope it does. Let's keep moving. I'm gonna let them do that. I'm just gonna pick up all these orbs so I can get my my stuff back here. Hit the boss with that. Throw this. And as you can see, throw a flashbang down there. We're just going through these ads. I'm sorry I'm kind of quiet here. I'm trying to get these guys out of here. And you just focus up and you're basically good to go. Get these guys out of here. Finish this little fellow down here. And that's basically it. But yeah, that's basically it though, guys. So just remember, like, this auto rifle alone does flashes off of the high charge. So once you get the high charge going, the overcharge capacitor going, is basically God mode from there. Because basically all you gotta do is just keep running. You run, slide, or shoot. And it basically builds up a charge. So as long as you're running, sliding, and shooting, you're basically good. With the Axiom War Rig helping you to keep your gun fully reloaded while you're doing it, you're basically going to be just running through ads, blinding them, locking them down exactly where you need them to be, blinding ads in the area, jolting ads, keeping them locked down. Alright guys, if you like this kind of content, make sure you comment down below, comment, like, subscribe. Also, check out my TikTok. We're trying to reach a new goal of 1,400 followers. So, check me out. It's the same name as it is on here on YouTube. It's Shanasky. I'm also on Twitter, Shanasky. And I'm also on Instagram as Shauna_is_wacky_. So yeah, check me out. Catch you guys later. You guys have yourselves a nice one. Peace.